Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Dr. Staci here. I am so excited that you've decided to join us this evening, or maybe you're catching the replay. Tonight's going to be a little bit different than what we've done here recently. I've been asked to share all of LifeWave's technology, meaning all of the patches that we have in this 30-minute window. Now, I've done this in the past many times where I've really dove into the technology and how it works and really explained the X39 over the first like 25, 30 minutes. And then I've spent the last 30 minutes over the other patches. Well, tonight we're going to condense it all down into one 30-minute segment. So I'm excited about that. I've got all my patches laid out here, my instruction booklets. But before I get started, please understand that I am not a medical doctor. I am not your doctor. I have a PhD in integrative medicine and a PhD in functional medicine. I am an elite senior presidential director with LifeWave. I have been with LifeWave for 4 years. I'm so excited today, more excited than I have been in the last 4 years because of the lives that are impacted with this technology. But we're not here to make any claims to treat, cure, prevent, diagnose, or be able to do anything with any diseases, conditions, syndromes, or symptoms that you are experiencing. If you have questions in regards to your health, your medications, please check with your doctor, your healthcare practitioner. The information that I'm going to share tonight is for informational purposes only. And of course, you are your best own advocate to make your own decisions, just as I am, why I've been using this technology for 4 years. So you be the judge tonight. So I'm going to start with the first patch that David invented. David Schmidt is the inventor of LifeWave's technology. He is the owner of this company. He holds over 200 patents personally. And so our technology is all patented. This is not a Me Too product. We are here with the inventor that invented this technology, and it's the only thing on the planet that exists like this. So our energy enhancer was the first patch that he invented over 20 years ago when he was working with the Navy SEALs contracted by the U.S. Department of Defense, inventing survival equipment for the SEALs. And he did so well with the things he invented, they asked him to contribute to the problem the SEALs were having with sustainability, endurance, stamina, energy in the field. David invented Energy Enhancer, which turns body fat into fuel. I don't know if you have an extra 300, 600 calories a day you want to turn into fuel, get rid of some extra body fat. That's what Energy Enhancer does. It's not a stimulant. It's not an upper. It's not caffeine, anything like that. This is a wearable light technology, as with all of our patches. All of our technology is wearable light, but this wavelength of light from the Energy Enhancer actually triggers beta oxidation, which just means, like I said, turns body fat into fuel. This is a 2-patch system. You can see our Navy SEAL front and center right up here on top. Look at him. He looks amazing, doesn't he? He's wearing a tan patch and a white patch. They look like this. You would put the white one on the right and the tan one on the left. So the instruction booklet that comes with this patch shows you different places you can apply it. But again, you're putting white right, tan left. So if you choose the wrist, white right, knee, same thing, ankle, top of the arm, tan's going to go on the left side of the body. Okay, so that's our energy enhancer. The last thing I'll say about that is it turns over the lymphatic system. We know the lymphatic system, the drainage system, gets the things, the sludge, the toxins out of our body. Exercise does that, of course, which is why we do that daily. But the lymphatic system moving helps to keep the body healthy. And of course, impacting the mitochondria is the key function of the energy enhancer, increasing your own ATP, the energy output from the cells. So we love energy enhancer. It is a huge patch for anti-reverse aging and longevity. The next patch I want to talk to you about is LifeWave. Many of you love LifeWave because LifeWave gets rid of pain on the spot. It's not like a Tylenol or an icy hot patch or anything like that. This actually is similar to Energy Enhancer in that it triggers beta oxidation, but it opens up energy channels. It is also a 2-patch system, so you can do your white right, tan left. Say my shoulder hurts, white right, tan left. Or you can do the clockwise method, 3, 6, 9, 12, like that, until you find the pain area, because pain, of course, radiates. So LifeWave gives you great little instruction booklet with it, but we do have 3 to 5 minute videos. So if you would like to see those videos with LifeWave, I highly recommend you get with the person that invited you and they can show you the 2 to 3 minute videos that David did on the different placement for different pain areas with LifeWave. But this gets rid of pain on the spot. It is your quick fix instead of the Tylenol or the pain pill or whatever that's toxic and killing you slowly. This is going to help your body to open up energy channels. Pain is just stuck energy, and it will work right away. And if it doesn't work right away within minutes, you know you have it in the wrong spot. So you need to play around with it. Now, AccuLife, exact same thing. It's licensed for pets, for horses, for animals, dogs, cats, cows, whatever, that are in pain. These are identical. There's nothing different. It's just you can't have something licensed for people and the same thing be licensed for pets. So they're licensed individually, but identical product, looks identical, works identical. Most of the time I use this on my husband when he gets back from golf because he's a horse as you know what. And I'm just joking. But I use this a lot of times. It just is the same as I would LifeWave. It depends on whatever I grab out of my bag. So I love AccuLife and LifeWave to get rid of pain on the spot. Now, our Silent Nights, another patch. This patch triggers a different process inside of the body and it helps to reset that circadian rhythm. It increases your own serotonin and melatonin. And we know melatonin is that powerful component that helps us get the deep, nice REM sleep. So we can see improvements in the length of sleep and the depth of sleep, the duration of sleep during even the first week of people patching. Now, with Silent Nights, again, instruction booklet, pick a spot. David recommends switching spots every night to see which spot works best for you in the first 6 nights. We're all different when it comes to sleeping. There's no cookie cutter, oh, this, do this, and poof, I'm going to be out. This is not an Ambien, all right? This is not a Xanax. It's going to knock you out. This is going to help elevate your own melatonin and help over time to reset that circadian rhythm. So you'll pick one of these locations and then you'll pick a different location the next night. He did say, if I remember correctly, I think he said the back of the ear spot and maybe the leg spot where 50% of the people experienced the best, fastest quality of sleep with those 2 locations. I just saw that on a video recently. I don't know where, but I think he did say about 50%. Laura's going, yep, that sounds about right. So our next patch I want to talk to you about is the SP6. SP stands for spleen. It's a meridian in our body, the spleen meridian. And so the SP6 helps to balance your endocrine system. Now, your endocrine system is a set of glands and organs that are responsible for hormone balancing. So you deduct what that means for you. But knowing that SP6 is going to help with our HP axis, our thyroid, our thymus, going down into some of our organs like our pancreas and our intestines, our adrenal glands. So it's really important to keep your endocrine system balanced for all areas of health. We know that thyroid imbalances lead to heart issues. So we want to keep that thyroid balanced. We want to keep our entire endocrine system balanced. And so this SP6, again, instruction booklet, because it is working with the body's own biofield with our light, just like all of these patches are using on specific acupuncture points. So you saw me show you different booklets. This has a patch stuck to it. This is our SP6, and it's on the left side of the body. So the left leg, the left ankle, the left knee area, the stomach 36 area there on the knee. So left side of the body is where you're going to apply SP6. SP6 runs up that meridian and helps impact that endocrine system there on that side of the body. So all of these patches do not activate any peptides in the body. These patches were the first patches that David invented, and these patches, which was over 20 years ago, right? Total probably, I would say maybe 15 to 20 years ago for these patches. I'd have to go back and look at that calendar. But these don't activate peptides. They work with the body's heat or light that we emit. I call that the biofield. They work with that biofield on specific meridians or acupuncture points to be able to help trigger a process inside of the body with a very specific patented wavelength of light. So just so you know that's going to be a little bit different than what I'm going to share with you next. So I wanted to do these first. because they are going to, these are incredible patches. They work independently of themselves. They work amazingly. They work synergistically together, but they don't work the way the newer patches that David has invented. And when I say newer, I mean over the last like 10, 15 years, right? So these other patches are working a little bit differently in the body. And so I want to take a little bit more time to explain them. So of course, we're going to talk just a little bit about our X39. I always talk about this patch. This is our flagship patch. This patch is always our starting point because this is going to activate those cells that are responsible for repair and regeneration in the body. It's elevating GHK. GHK is the fountain of youth. You combine that with the holy grail of healing. Like this is the patch, the flagship Mac Daddy patch right here. We want to put this on every morning when we get up. This is something that we wear 12 hours a day during the day. We take it off, we throw it away. You guys probably, most all of you listening to this, understand the technology. You know how that works. And, there are daytime patches and nighttime, and I'll go over that here in just a second, just so you can kind of see that difference. But know that X39 is a daytime only patch, and this is always our starting point. This elevates GHK. GHK is a master, incredible tripeptide in our body that does so many things with cardiovascular benefits, neurological, wound healing. I mean, it's just pain, inflammation, sleep. It helps immune system, just so many things. It's everything. It really is. And it's not all the patches in here. This does its own thing, but it works over time. And so the other patches that I've mentioned thus far are supportive patches, and some of the others I'm going to mention are as well too. And so they support different systems or organs or processes in the body. This right here activates those cells. Those cells go to work to repair anything that's damaged in your body, anything and everything over time. We recommend at least 1 month for every decade you are old. I want to talk to you about its daughter patch, the X49, which David invented about 2.5 years ago. And the only reason why it took so long after this one was because of the pandemic we had, and that, of course, slowed down the clinical studies and testing, and we weren't able to get this to market as soon as we were planning on. But X49 activates a daughter peptide. So this elevates GHK, this elevates AHK. You've got a mother-daughter combo that love each other. So this peptide, the A stands for alanine, as in beta-alanine, is responsible for increasing lean muscle mass, decreasing body fat, stopping bone loss, increasing bone density, cardiovascular benefits, neurological benefits. It's just amazing. But it's not systemic like the X39, meaning this patch, this peptide, these cells go throughout your whole entire body, seeking out anything that needs help and repair. Your X49 is going to focus in on that lean muscle mass and the bones and the heart and the brain. And so when we use this combination together, we see huge benefits. And the person that invited you, they can send you a graphic that shows you all the benefits of X39, all of X49, and kind of like that, how they combine together in the middle. But we see great improvements in blood pressure reduction with these two. And of course, like I said, that bone density increasing over time as well. They're just absolutely amazing together. We call this our performance bundle. And it's a powerful combination of patches. They elevate different peptides though. So they do work differently in the body, but they're similar, like I said, mother-daughter. And so they work so powerfully synergistically. Now, I want to talk to you about our Y age patches. I know, why age? Why would you want to age? If you don't want to age, I don't want to age. If you don't want to age, of course, you're going to be using your X3949, but you're also going to be using the Y age patches. And this would be our Eon, our Glutathione, and our Carnosine. So I'm going to talk about each of these individually, being which I believe is probably the most powerful, and I think David would agree as well too. This was the #1 selling patch that LifeWave had for years, probably 10, 12 years at least, until X39 came on the market. Now it's #2 followed by X49 as number 3. But Aeon patch reduces inflammation. We know that the root cause of disease is inflammatory processes inside of the body. Every doctor will tell you that. You have inflammation, your inflammatory markers, C-reactive protein, cytokines, fibrinogens, lipids, whatever it is, they're going through your blood work. They're telling you we've got to get the inflammation down. This is the root of your problem. Aeon activates a peptide in your liver that reduces your own inflammation. It does that by upregulating what's called SOD, or superoxide dismutase. So elevating your own SOD, helping to reduce inflammation in the body. We know inflammation is a consumer of stem cells, and so we want to be able to keep the body young and youthful. We want to help reduce inflammation so that doesn't happen. The other wonderful benefit about the Aeon, we call it our happy patch, because it helps to regulate your nervous system. We know nervous system dysregulation is a serious, serious issue right now with people, just about as much as the mitochondrial dysfunction. Looking at the core of our body, we have to keep our nervous system in balance. You go to a chiropractor or your doctor, different type of practitioner, they'll tell you, oh my gosh, you're stuck in fight or flight mode. Your anxiety's through the roof, you're stressed to the max, you're worried, whatever, fearful, whatever it is, it's your nervous system that's out of balance. And so using Aeon is a way every day that you can help bring your nervous system into balance. The body is not going to heal if you are stuck in fight or flight mode. It just doesn't work that way, okay? And so using Aeon, I call this the dynamic duo, partnering with X39 is powerful. This is my starting point for all the patches, all the recommendations. It's here because of what happens when you can bring down inflammation at the same time you're elevating those cells that are responsible for helping your body repair and regenerate. Huge organ function benefits from the Aeon as well too. We have over 90 clinical studies, and the person that invited you can get you the link to those studies so you can see our double-blind, placebo-controlled studies. We show statistical significant improvement in organ function and system function, cellular function, mobility, flexibility, you name it, throughout the body. You can see this in our studies, but big organ improvement from our Aeon patch. The next patch I want to talk to you about is our glutathione. Now, glutathione, many of you probably heard of. This is our master antioxidant detoxer, immune booster. It's in our body. We have glutathione. It's a tripeptide, but it declines in its ability as we age, just like the other peptides do. Remember, peptides are chains of proteins, amino acids. You have thousands of them in your body. They're the building blocks of your body. And you know, as we age, things don't function the way they did when you were younger. So when we elevate glutathione, it basically is looking for free radicals. It's like a Pac-Man looking for those free radicals in the body, chomping them up, going through and saying, let's get rid of these things that are toxic. Let's neutralize them. Let's help the body to eliminate these things so that the body is healthy. It's powerful that we reduce inflammation. We want to bring the inflammatory markers down, reduce inflammation at the cellular level while we're using our glutathione to help pull those toxins out of the cells and out of the body. Glutathione is a powerful patch. I will tell you right up front, this is not like an IV vitamin push. This is not like a suppository or a sublingual or supplement. We are not elevating glutathione 20-30% for a couple hours. We're actually elevating your own glutathione over 300% for a 24-hour period. So I caution you to just start a little slow with glutathione if you're super toxic. If you've never done a detox, this is going to elevate your glutathione about 30%, which is a good starting point for most people. But it's really important that you do get onto using glutathione because we are so bombarded today with the water, the food, the environment, with our thoughts, our stressors, our worries that make our bodies toxic. And we've got to help them to eliminate these toxins on a daily basis. Yes, exercise, sauna. There's so many ways out there that you can help your body detox, baths, all tinctures, teas. I love all of it. I do all of it. But giving your body that extra boost to elevate its own glutathione just is going to increase your longevity. It's just going to increase your quality of life. We know the oldest people on the planet that live in the blue zones, those 5 zones around the world where they're centenarians. We know these people have high levels of glutathione. No, they're not using the patch. It's their lifestyle choices and behaviors and things they're doing, which are critical, but they're keeping their immune system up as they're aging. And so glutathione is going to be a key component in that. Now, this works systemically, meaning throughout your whole entire body. So when I go back to my X39 and Eon, or X39 and the X49 placement, we know back of neck, below belly button. I've talked about our Eon glutathione, and I'm going to talk about carnosine, and then I'm going to show you the instruction booklet for these because it's all in one instruction booklet, even though they're a little bit different. But like I mentioned, glutathione happens and works systemically throughout your body. Carnosine is different. This is a dipeptide. It's an antioxidant as well. It's number 2 antioxidant in your body. And my PhD for functional med in the book Anti-Aging Medicines, carnosine is the number 1 medicine for anti-aging, and it is a peptide, and this patch elevates your own carnosine. And now this is not L-carnitine, it's different, but carnosine is going to work in specific areas, kind of like the X49. You know how I said this was muscle, bone, heart, brain? Well, carnosine really likes to hang out in the muscles too, specifically heart, specifically likes to hang out in the brain, but also the organs. And why this is number 1 in anti-aging medicine for my functional med PhD was because of what it does to balance the glycation process. Carnosine keeps those blood sugar spikes under control. So, spoiler alert, every time you have a blood sugar spike, you age. Every single time your blood sugar spikes, you age. How do we control our blood sugar? Of course, our food, right? That's our responsibility to control what we put in our mouth. But carnosine is going to help to balance that glycation process as well, too. No one's perfect, okay? And so we want to be able to keep that blood sugar where it needs to be to keep us working correctly on the inside. Pancreas, obviously kidney function, liver function, great organ benefits with our carnosine. But as I mentioned, powerful for the brain, balancing left brain, right brain hemisphere, improving cognition, communication. You want to speed up your processing time. And I know many of you are like, God, she's talking fast. Look, I got one more patch to get through. Okay. And we have 6 minutes. Yes, I do talk fast. I promise you, I slow my speech down compared to what's going on in my brain. And for those of you that are friends of mine, you know that. My brain processes so fast, and it always has, but carnosine over the last 4 years has really sped that up. I always kind of joke, my first PhD took me a little over a year, my second one took me 4 months. The first one I didn't have the patches, the second one I did. And I swear it was carnosine, it was crazy. But I love this patch. This is an everyday patch. This does not work like glutathione to really detox, even though it does as an antioxidant help neutralize some of those toxins in your body. Please use this daily. And I will tell you, the instruction booklet is going to tell you 1 to 3 days a week. I'm working on it. It's not changed yet. I don't get access to like change the printed material, but promise you that the carnosine daily is going to be imperative for your heart, your brain, and your organs and your longevity. So use this every single day. Absolutely obsessed with this patch. So this is the instruction booklet, and why I tell you that it's 3 in 1 is it's the YH patches, right? And so the patch, each one is a different color. So this is Eon, it's blue, and then they've got a light blue for the carnosine, and then of course you can see the yellow gold color for the glutathione. So they're similar in locations, but again, each one double-blind placebo-controlled studies. These were the acupuncture points that David picked in order to be studied to show statistical significance in the organ or system function that was being tested. And so you can pick whatever spot works for you. You can rotate them daily or you can stay with the same spot. It's up to you, but they're a little bit different. Some of them are similar, but this is going to be our 3 YH patches and their locations. Okay. The last patch I'm going to talk to you about before I talk about day and night is the Aloe Vera. Aloe Vera is a nighttime patch. I use this at bedtime. This is a 12-hour patch. This is, oh my gosh, I just did a whole video on Aloe Vera because we have a great promotion happening right now. So I really dove deep into this, but I love Aloe Vera because it reduces oxidative and inflammatory stress. It elevates a peptide that's in my pineal gland, the epithalamin peptide, and it is so powerful for the brain, the HP axis, of course. It's incredible for what it does for the epithalamin inside of our body and the outside, that skin inside of your body that goes, like, literally, if you picture your skin and then it goes inside of your mouth and all the way down your digestive tract. Just huge benefits there. And it is marketed as our anti-aging or reverse aging for the skin. So lines, spots, wrinkles, moles, scars, crepiness, like all of that stuff. Great for collagen production, elastin production. It's just, it does elevate melatonin a little bit. That's why we use it at night. So it does have cognitive benefits as well. But it's incredible for what it does on the inside of the body for reducing oxidative and inflammatory stress. You know that aging is an inside job. You can put all the creams, lotions, potions, all the things all over your body. And if your insides are inflamed, if your insides are toxic, you're looking like it on the outside. And so Aloe Vera really helps to work synergistically with the other patches and individually, of course, as well, too, to be able to help reduce that oxidative and inflammatory stress. So let's talk real quick about our nighttime patches. These are required for nighttime. That's the Silent Nights and the Aloe Vera. I mean, it's not required that you use them. I've never personally used Silent Nights because I don't have any issue sleeping. But if you're going to use them at night. Aloe Vera, like I said, is 12 hours. Don't take that baby off a second earlier. You want all of those skin benefits. But the Silent Nights, put that on about an hour before you go to bed. Take it off in the morning when you get up. It's not going to be a 12-hour patch. You're not sleeping 12 hours, okay? So nighttime only. Now, let's talk daytime only. Hello, energy enhancer. We're not going to give ourselves energy at night while we're trying to go to sleep. You won't sleep, okay? And again, it's just turning body fat into fuel, so it increases stamina and energy and endurance. And of course, our X3949 daytime only patches, increasing the mental energy, physical energy inside of your body. So these would be in the morning when you get up, leave them on 12 hours, take them off, throw them away. Then, of course, you can apply your nighttime patches. Every patch has its own 12-hour window, but I do want to share with you that your YH patches and your SP6 and, of course, the LifeWave or AccuLife, whichever one you want to use, it doesn't really matter. But these patches can be day or night. But every patch has its own 12-hour window. So for me personally, I'm an X39, 49, Carnosine, Glutathione, Eon during the day. I only use LifeWave like when I travel. It's kind of almost like a keep my back, in the bed or the plane or the car or the pillow, whatever. I don't have pain on a regular basis, so it's just an as needed for me. SP6 I used to use a long time ago. Laura, remember we did that tummy reduction protocol? That was a lot of fun, and I used SP6 back then, but I haven't used it in a long time. Just my hormones are balanced. Everything's in check, so I'm good to go in that area. But I'll take the daytime patches off, and then I'll slap on that Aloe Vera below my belly button at night. So placement is up to you. Pick a spot that works for you. All of our patches have been studied to work anywhere on the body. Like I said, the ones that don't activate peptides, pick a spot that's in the instruction booklet. The ones that do activate peptides, stick them on your body. I like to put all mine in a line right below my belly button, pull them all off, and throw on that Aloe Vera. Everyone wants to know, what patch is that? It's whatever one I grab out of my bag. But if you want me to tell you it's X39 for a specific reason, I can tell you that. It's the specific reason is so you can see it. That's why it's there. It's the only reason why it's there. So you can see it. So I hope this explanation, even though it was quick, I hope this explanation helped give you a few more nuggets about each of the patches and what they do and why they do what they do and how they can help people. Remember, again, I want to go back to using your X39 as your flagship patch. This is always our starting point. Of course, I partner with Eon right away, calling this the dynamic duo. David says these are the most two powerful patches we have. We want these to go together in synergy. And then, of course, use what you want after that. Start slow, though. Give your body time. See how you're feeling. Make sure you're staying hydrated. 12 on, 12 off. You'll notice changes over time. There is a compound effect with these patches. So the longer you patch, the more benefits you gain. Thank you all for being here this evening. Please get back with the person that invited you. If you have questions, they can definitely help you in that area. And we look forward to seeing you again on a Zoom again soon. Good night, everyone.